Hello, and welcome to Breaking It All Down, Let's Play of Remember Me. And we're going to beat up a really self-righteous, pretentious jerkbag. Okay, so this guy can only be beaten with Sensen combos. Rather, Espressin combos. So what you have to do is you have to build up enough focus to start the combo, and use your recharge meter to build it up. And then, see, now we have actually a guard break. His guard breaks, and you can start dealing damage to him. And the whole thing is divided into segments, and so forth and so on. On his life bar. So here's my complaint with Kid Christmas in the game. That he is the point where the game really runs into... Oh, that hurt. It goes into narrative problems as a character, because Kid Christmas models his persona off of pro wrestling characters, which is fine. He's going for a larger-than-life television personality, and he's building a reality television program basically around himself. So it makes sense for him to sort of build up this excessive, massive personality because he wants people to watch his show. That said, there's the discussion about villains in works of fiction and stuff, that good villains consider themselves the heroes of their own story. The problem is Kid Christmas builds his persona like that of a heel. Has this really mercenary attitude where he doesn't feel he's doing this for the greater good or for anything like that. He's just doing it for the money. And most faces, generally, the reason they do what they do is because they're doing out their own code of ethics, even if they're not doing it for the sake of the WWE universe or to make the world a better place or anything like that. They have their own ethical reasons for doing it. They're not just doing it for a paycheck. When Steve Austin was a face and taking on Vince McMahon, his reason for doing it was because Vince McMahon rubbed him the wrong way, and he didn't like the way Vince McMahon ran WWE. And so it was his taking on McMahon was his form of rebellion. And so that's what led to the audience's appeal for that character. For Tommy Dreamer, while he's somewhat anti-heroic, he's a clean-cut hero, but he engages in very violent actions because he's in a hardcore wrestling promotion. He's probably the closest ECW had to a Boy Scout hero, because he did what he did out of loyalty to ECW fans. Kid Christmas, he does what he does for the money. When Nilin makes arguments related to politics, the response is, "Oh, politics is so last century." Oh, this last stage is particularly hard because of the mines we have in the arena. They limit a lot of where you can go. You can kind of roll out of the way in time, but only if you enter at the very edge. So a good tactic here is to kind of step just into the edge of the trigger area and quickly roll out of the way if possible. Alright, until your Sensen meter's recharged, at which point you pound the snot of the guy. But even then, you gotta be careful, because if your combo takes you into the circle, as you just saw, it was an automatic hit. And then you still have to wait a whole minute for the combo, for the move to recharge. And there's a lot less opportunities to hit him here. Anyway, so Kid Christmas's persona is very much that of a heel. He's the bad guy. He knows he's the bad guy. And because of that, it feels off. I mean, admittedly, I'm not too familiar with some of the more pragmatic sort of face characters in pro wrestling. Like, I've never seen that much of Razor Ramon's face run in WWE in the early 90s. That was a character that was kind of blatantly based on Scarface. The point that his catchphrase is taken from Tony Montana. But still, it's kind of... yeah, it does just kind of just work for me, this character. And just be clear, by doesn't work with me, I mean, I'm perfectly willing to beat the stuffing out of this guy. And it's really satisfying to do that. But, narratively, it's a misstep. Other than that, I like this boss fight. I like the first two stages of it. I think the last stage is interesting. I wish that the way the fighting combat system was set up worked in the fashion where the area denial wasn't as much of a crippling thing, since you can't quite turtle to evade attacks in the same way like, say, Batman can in Arkham City and the other Arkham games. Oh, almost got him. Here, yeah, there, yeah, like, this fight basically, in order to succeed, it really depends on your ability to trigger the mines without getting hit by the mines. I think probably what made things easier is if Kid Christmas's could also be affected by the mines, or something, just or he could use his force fields against him. Something that let players who are savvy use his own combat techniques against him, I guess. There we go. And this combo will finish him off. Quick time event! Wonderful.
Après toutes ces années,
nice to turn his taunts against him.
Non, pas ici. Pas devant mes fans.
You know, it might almost mean doing it this way would mean something if there was a really could choose no to let him go.
No.
But honestly, I can't not overload him to proceed. Until the fact that I'm still on camera while I'm doing this. Another thing I gotta say for this is I like that.
Grâce au code que tu m'as envoyé, la contre-attaque terroriste débutera dans quelques minutes. Profite de la confusion pour rejoindre discrètement le Slum 404.
Alrighty. So I like the fact that, in addition to the satisfaction of beating up this utterly loathsome jerk, sellout jerk, we have the symbol of that the face of authority is this very big, tough, masculine figure.
Cette fois, vous vous en souviendrez.
Title drop, and the underdog and the voice of resistance is more feminine. And this is about as good time as any to take a break. And next time, we return to the slums. And then, see, now we have actually a guard break. His guard breaks, and you can start dealing damage to him. And the whole thing is divided into segments, and so forth and so on. Hello, and welcome to Breaking It All Down, Let's Play of Remember Me. And we're going to beat up a really self-righteous, pretentious jerkbag. Okay, so this guy can only be beaten with Sensen combos. Rather, Espressin combos. So what you have to do is you have to build on his life bar.
Tu as goûté au marteau du guide.
So,
C'est l'heure.
flip enough focus to start the combo, and use your recharge meter to build it up.
Ça fait trop mal.
And